Welcome ESL to the round of 12 at Watkins, Glen as we get set for some qualifying. And last week's winner in the round of 16, Ralph Lumley, he is out on the track. What type of lap times can Lumley put together? He would love to have a repeat performance like last week. You win and you advance. As he gets set for his first lap of qualifying. Let's take a look at the power rankings for this race. As you see, Aaron Kozak, he is rated the highest. Eweezy second, Ace Blade third, Ralph Lumley fourth, Odeon fifth, Amelia Rose tied for fifth, Kyle Storm seventh, Freddie Trammell eighth, Andrew Green ninth, Doug Britton 10th, Tyler Commander 11th, and Rhett Sawyer. As Lumley goes around turn 6 into turn 7. Who will have the fastest lap time the first time around? And it is Merrill McGuire on top of the leaderboard. Kyle Storm second, Bill Cherry third, Brett Sawyer fourth, Amelia Rose in fifth. Merrill had a rough race last week, didn't advance. But he's here to show that he's still got some speed in that car. Can he hold on to the pole? He goes around turn 6. Will anyone beat out his time? And Ace Blade wins the pole with a time of 1 minute 11 seconds, .753. In second is Axel Raven. Third, Rhett Sawyer. 3 Northern Lights Racing cars in the top 3. So they brought some fast cars to Watkins Glen. In fourth is Andrew Green. Fifth, Doug Britton, another Northern Lights. Sixth, Kenny Flourish. All their 4 cars in the top 10 in qualifying. Seventh, Tyler Commander. Eighth, Travis Arthur. Ninth, Odeon. And rounding out your top 10 is Kyle Storm. So Northern Lights with all their 5 cars in the top 10. But we will see what they can do during the race and how everything plays out. I'll be back in a few minutes with the start of the race. And we are back. Getting set to start this race. The round of 12 who will advance. And we will look at the playoff picture. And Kyle Storm is on top with the most points. In second is E-Weezy. Third, Ace Blade. Fourth, Ralph Lumley. Fifth, Doug Britton. Sixth, Rhett Sawyer. Seventh, Odeon. Eighth, Freddie Trammell. Ninth, Aaron Kozak. 10th, Amelia Rose. 11th, Andrew Green. And Tyler Commander is in 12th with one playoff point, but he qualified 7th. So we will see what he can do. But Northern Lights with a very strong showing. They have 3 cars still in the playoffs, and they're all in the top 5. As we get set to start this race, there's 18 laps in the first stage. In yesterday's race in the 1987 series, it came down to some strategy, pit strategy, so we will see if we get the same scenario today. The pace car comes off the track. Green flag waves and we are underway. Ace Blade quickly takes the lead. Axel Raven second. Now you see Rhett Sawyer on the inside trying to take second away from his teammate as NLRs 1, 2, and 3 to start this race. In fourth is Andrew Green. In fifth is Doug Britton. We'll see if we have any issues in this inner loop. Sometimes it can get a little tricky coming around here. We see a few guys get loose, but nothing serious going on so far. As everyone seemed to get around that inner loop without any issues. Ace Blade still in the front, followed by Rhett Sawyer. Sawyer and Axel Raven in third. Ace Blade goes to the inside trying to break that draft in the straightaway. There's Odeon is fighting for position as well. He is currently in 8th. Right in front of him is his teammate, Tyler Commander. So DOG has been doing pretty well. Did pretty well in the first round of the playoffs. Can they have a repeat for performance today? But Ace Blade so far keeping his distance. Rhett Sawyer still behind about 7/10 of a second. The driver with the fastest lap this race is Aaron Hughes. He is currently 24th. Right behind him is a playoff driver, Aaron Kozak, starting 25th. He definitely needs to work his way up. But we are just getting started. Ace Blade maintaining that lead. The track is pretty much just like yesterday. 119 degrees, 7-mile-an-hour winds. That's pretty close to yesterday's temperature. Axel Raven still in third, and Andrew Green in fourth. How will this race play out? I mean, the key is to get these stage points. You gotta get these stage points. You want to be at least in the top 10. That's the name of the game. Get some stage points. If you can win a stage, get a playoff point. If you can win the race, that's another 5 playoff points. So you definitely need to get as many points as possible to advance to the round of 8. as we are already about to be 6 laps in. But Ace Blade is not pulling away. Rhett Sawyer staying close, as well as Axel Raven. Axel Raven got bumped off last week. Unfortunately, he tied for the 12th spot to advance. And the tiebreaker is whoever finishes better in the race. So unfortunately, Axel Raven was bumped out last week. Doug Britton still in 5th. Travis Arthur in 6th. Tyler Commander in 7th. Odeon in 8th. Kenny Flourish in 9th. And E-Weezy moves up into the top 10, followed by his teammate Kyle Storm in 11th. Everybody's pretty content of where they're at right now. Nobody's making any aggressive moves to make passes yet. But once these tires start wearing, we'll see who can stay consistent with their speed. As we go back to the leader, Ace Blade still in control. Let's ride on board the number 26. As Rhett Sawyer gets a little wide on the turn, Axel Raven takes advantage of that, moves up to 2nd. And that's what I was talking about earlier. That tire wear starts coming into play. Andrew Green takes advantage of that too. He moves up to 3rd. Now Rhett Sawyer stuck on that outside. He needs to get back in line. As Doug Britton's going to try to make this pass in the inner loop here. And he cannot make the pass. And Rhett Sawyer holds on to 4th. You have so much momentum in that straightaway going into the first turn. If you don't hit that braking zone at the right time, you're going to get a little wide, and that will open the door for someone to take advantage and make the pass. And as these tires wear, you start losing a lot of grip. As Freddie Trammell moves up to 12th. Now Amelia Rose is in the outside. She's in 14th. But Ace Blade continues to lead this race about 0.7 of a second. As our laps continue to tick down to the end of the first stage. As we have 7 laps to go. Further back in the field. Ralph Lumley currently in 18th. So he's definitely got some work cut out for him. As well as Eric Kozak, he is in 25th. Got to start working your way up through that field. Try to get some stage points. Freddie Trammell in 12th. Kyle Storm in 11th. And E. Weezy in 10th. Odion still in 8th. Tyler Commander in 7th. We will decide what happens. We will see what happens. What will the crew chiefs decide at the end of the first stage? But your top 3 is Ace Blade, Axel Raven, and Andrew Green. 5 laps to go. Well, Axel Raven has cut into that gap. He is almost at the bumper of the 101. Ace Blade needs to hold off his teammate to get this playoff point. As we go into this inner loop, Axel Raven slides a little bit. The track continues to heat up to 122 degrees. Brett Sawyer in 4th, Doug Britton in 5th. Doug Britton trying to find an opening. Turn one might be his best bet if Rhett struggles taking that turn. As we have 4 laps to go. Ace Blade doing a great job of just hitting, consistent laps. And that's what you want on a road course, to stay consistent. But the top 3 have pulled away from the 4th place car. Can Ace Blade hold on to the lead? He just has to hold on for 3 more laps. As we go around turn 1, no issues for the 101. The 26 is right there. He almost had an opening, but it closed pretty quick. That's Ralph Lumley in 17th. Ace Blade doing everything he can to keep his distance from Axel Raven. Two laps to go. Can the 26 get by Raven? He had an opening earlier, but he is right there. One little mistake by the 047 is the 26 is going to go right by. You cannot count out that 26. As he is right on a bumper. And he takes a peek. Raven tries to block as they hit that inner loop. Raven doing a great job holding off Green. And this is just helping Ace Blade extend his lead. As we go around turn 7. 1 lap to go to the end of the stage. Unless something catastrophic happens, Ace Blade will win this stage. And Raven will come in second here, as he has a few car lengths ahead of Green now. Brett Sawyer's in 4th, Doug Britton 5th. But a great run in the first stage for the 101. He's doing what you're supposed to do in the playoffs. Go around turn 6 into turn 7. Ace Blade wins stage 1. Great run by the 101. Ace Blade first, Axel Raven second, Andrew Green third, Rhett Sawyer fourth, Doug Britton fifth, Travis Arthur, great run today in sixth so far. Tyler Commander seventh, Odeon Muldoon eighth, Kenny Flores ninth, and E Weezy rounds out your top 10. And now it's decision time. What will the crew chiefs decide? Stay out, try to stretch the fuel? I mean, we saw that yesterday. Do you want to play the fuel game? Do you want fresh tires? This will definitely shake things up depending on how many cars come in. No incidents in stage one, which is good to see. All the cars are on the lead lap. We don't want to see a playoff driver get eliminated because of an incident. That's just not a great way to end your season, especially after making it to the round of 12. Ace Blade stays out. And it seems like everyone is following suit. So the end of stage 2 is lap 40. And we have a few laps, caution laps right now. But chances are, I do not think they can make it on fuel. As we see Gerald Smith, he is on pit road. And he's not in the playoffs. That car has nothing to lose but play the strategy game. As well as CJ Slava, he won yesterday's race on a similar strategy as today. Can he have a repeat performance? So we had two cars come in to pit, the 31 and CJ Slava. CJ had such a similar strategy yesterday, so we'll see how this plays out. It would be interesting. Can Ace Blade continue with that speed in the second stage? We still do not have the one to go yet. We'll see if we get it now. And we do. Let's do a quick rundown of where your playoff drivers are currently. And Kyle Storm, he is currently 12th. Well, that could shift around because of the overlay bouncing around, but Weezy in 9th. Ace Blade, your leader. Ralph Lumley in 19th. Doug Britton in 7th. Rhett Sawyer in 3rd. Odeon in 6th. Freddie Trammell in 10th. All these drivers are so close to each other, and these, as you can see, 5 through 10 are so tight. Aaron Kozak, he's in 26. He really has to step it up in this next stage. Amelia Rose, 13th. Andrew Green is doing well, up in the top 3. And Tyler Commander in 8th. So it is extremely tight right now. Nobody can make a mistake. Well, we'll see how this second stage plays out. But I really think they're not going to make it to the end of the second stage on fuel. So we might see green flag stops in this second stage. We'll see. You're looking at between 32 to 37 laps, so it's going to be close. Pace car comes off the track, and stage 2 is underway. And Rhett Sawyer with a very slow jump, he holds up that second line. And he loses a ton of positions down to 9th. As you see, Travis Arthur, we're 3 wide. Weezy trying to hold on to 16th. He fell a few positions as well on that restart. Whoever was in that inside line definitely struggled. It looks like Rhett Sawyer spun his tires on that restart as we go around the inner loop. Aaron Kozak, he gained a few positions up to 21st. So he took advantage of that slow restart in that outside lane. As we see Doug Britton, he's trying to get by Tyler Commander. He gets very wide, gets very close to the wall. I don't think he made contact, but that was extremely close. And now Aaron Kozak heads onto pit road. And he has damage to the left side of that car. We'll try to see if we can find out what happened to the 99. Here we go. We're 3 wide here. Going around a turn, and he hits the 406 and hits the wall. As they're all fighting for position, let's look at the chopper cam. And it looks like the 99 gets a little loose turning, hits the 406, hits the wall, and is now on pit road. So he needs to put that car, that pit crew needs to fix that car as soon as possible. He cannot stay on pit road for too long. And if he doesn't come out soon, he will get lapped. As the 101 comes out of the last turn. And Eric Kozak is 1 lap down So he really needs to come out of pit road before they come around because he would be the lucky dog and won't get his lap back. So the second stage, restarts are always a little crazy on the Watkins Glen. The question is, how bad is the damage on the 99? He does not want to go 2 laps down. Needs to get that car out of pit road before they come back around. As we go around turn 6, Ace Blade still your leader. In second, Andrew Green. In third, Axel Raven. We go around turn 7, and it looks like Aaron Kozak is going 2 laps down. And this might be the end of his playoff run, unfortunately. Like we mentioned earlier, you cannot have no mistakes. The best thing Kozak can hope for now is other playoff drivers to get in trouble, either in this stage or in the next stage. And the stage 2 is a lap 40. In first is Ace Blade. Second, Andrew Green. Third, Axel Raven. Fourth, Tyler Commander. Fifth, Doug Britton. Sixth, Kenny Flourish. Seventh, Kyle Storm. Eighth, Bill Cherry. Ninth, Ralph Lumley. And rounding out your top 10, Rhett Sawyer. Even though he had a bad restart, he's still managing to hang around the top 10. And Aaron Kozak is back out on the track, but he is a few laps down. He'll be able to probably get 1 lap back, and that's it. Unless a full course caution comes out. And at the Glen, that is extremely rare. But all he can hope for is other cars have some incidents, or he'll move them up. And hopefully he gets a better finish. And at least get some points. These pit stops, when they happen, are going to be big. The driver with the fastest lap so far is Tyler Commander, and he is currently 4th. He is having a great race, and he needs to have a great race because he only has a 1 playoff point. So this is his best shot to advance. He needs to have a great finish, at least a top 5. Run for him so far. And your biggest mover right now is Bill Cherry, up 11 positions. He was a playoff driver in around 16, got knocked out, but today he has bounced back, having a great race, running in the top 10. big question is, are we going to have green flag pit stops? As we're approaching 29 laps. So that fuel has to be pretty low right about now. There you saw Andrew Green take a look at the inside for a second. These drivers are very worn tires as well. I'm sure they are looking forward to putting on a fresh set of tires. As we go around turn one is a lot of drivers take advantage of other drivers' mistakes to make passes. But so far, Ace Blade has been leading this race since the start. He would love to win stage 2, be another playoff point. And if he could sweep all 3 stages, those are big points. As we go around turn 6, Andrew Green is just hanging around. Ace Blade cannot extend his lead. As we have 10 laps to go to the end of stage 2. And we are 30 laps in. CJ pitted lap 20. Let's not forget CJ and Gerald. They pitted lap 20, so we will see how their strategy plays out. It'll be tight for them to make it to the end. CJ is currently running 33rd and Gerald 36th. As we go around turn 7. We've had a great race so far. 26 trying to find an opening somewhere. It's going to be tough getting by the 101. As we hit the inner loop. Can the 26 gain ground somewhere? As we are starting to creep closer to the end of stage 2. Ace Blade goes into the inside trying to break that draft. He does not want that 26 to gain any momentum. And Eweezy, a playoff driver, he has fallen all the way back to 19th. So he really struggled on that restart. Freddie Trammell as well in 21st. Those are your playoff drivers that are towards the end of the field. As we head into turn 6, Ace played with a few car lengths lead. And these cars still have some fuel. 7 laps to go. But they have to be running very low at this point. Top 10, Ace Blade, Andrew Green 2nd, Axel Raven 3rd, Tyler Commander 4th, Doug Britton 5th, Kenny Flores 6th, Kyle Storm 7th, Bill Cherry 8th, Ralph Lumley 9th, and Rhett Sawyer rounds out your top 10. But there is no separation. The top 10 are very close as the 101 gets very loose going around the turn. He did a great job of saving it, didn't lose any ground. These drivers are on extremely worn tires right now. That was going to be a big mistake by the 101 if he lost it. As we still have 6 laps to go. Aaron Kozak is currently running 37th, 2 laps down. He needs to catch a break and need some luck in order to turn his day around. At least they repaired that car and it's back out on the track. As we see Doug Britton for position. Kenny Flores gets loose around that turn. They're side by side going around turn 7. Doug Britton gets very wide. Doug Britton stays out on the track. Everyone's coming in. So everyone was very low on fuel, but Doug Britton stayed out on the track. How much fuel does Doug Britton have? And he got very wide, so did he miss? Did he miss the pit lane to get in? Seems like maybe he missed it because he was out in the outside, nowhere to come in. But this is all green flag stops right now. Can Doug Britton make it around? Is the question. He definitely missed. I think he missed it. Trying to get in, he was on the outside because he ran wide. And these pit stops are big right now. These green flag pit stops. Does Doug Britton have enough fuel? He comes out of turn 6 around turn 7. He will make it back onto pit road. So he caught a break. Now how fast can his pit crew put on fresh tires, top him off with fuel? What position will he come out? As the 101 is going around turn 5. So Doug Britton needs a very fast stop here to stay in the top 10. As the 101 goes around turn 6. around turn 7. Ace Blade on the straightaway. Doug Britton still in the pit stalls. He comes out of the pit road. We'll see where he lands. As Tyler Commander gets by the 84, so Doug Britton is in 6th. So big break for the 84. Does not run out of fuel. And comes out 6th after that pit stop. And CJ Slava is your leader. And Gerald Smith in 2nd. Ace Blade in 3rd. CJ stopped at lap 20. Can he make it the distance? I don't know. I mean, there is going to be a few caution laps coming up, but I don't know how far he can stretch that fuel. It's going to be very tight. He might be a few laps short. We will see. But there's 3 laps left in stage 2. But CJ has a huge lead from 1st to 3rd. 3rd place car is like 17 seconds back. CJ up 32 positions. Gerald Smith up 34 positions. These drivers have nothing to lose. But they are on very worn tires, so Ace Blade definitely gonna cut into that time. But Ace Blade will not win the stage. In 4th is Andrew Grade. 5th, Tyler Commander. 6th, Doug Britton after an eventful 2nd stage. Kyle Storm in 7th. Axel Raven in 8th. Bill Cherry in 9th. And Kenny Flores rounds out your top 10. As we have 2 laps to go. As Kyle Storm gets very wide on the turn. Drops down to 10th. Tries to get back in line and does. It's going to take a few laps to warm up those tires. But CJ Slava leading this race. This might be his first stage win of the season. He will be a free agent driver next season, and yesterday he won, and today he's proven that he has some speed. 1 lap to go. So the 2nd stage definitely shook things up. We will see what stage 3 brings. But everyone has enough fuel to go the distance. CJ Slava goes around the inner loop. It goes around turn 5. That's almost a 3-second lead on the 31. CJ Slava goes around turn 7. And CJ wins stage 2. CJ wins stage 2. Gerald Smith second, Ace Blade third, Andrew Green fourth, Tyler Commander fifth, Doug Britton sixth, Axel Raven seventh, Bill Cherry eighth, Kenny Flourish ninth, and Kyle Storm rounds out your top 10. Great stage 2. And now it all comes down to stage number 3. Who will advance to the round of 8? CJ Slava trying to play spoiler. But if CJ has to pit, Gerald Smith will have to pit, and that would put Ace Blade in the lead. I mean, it all depends how this restart plays out as well, so we will see. If that lane, if these drivers spin those tires once again, that could definitely shake things up. But the story for stage 2 was definitely Doug Britton not being able to get onto pit road because he was in the outside, or maybe he knew he had one lap left on fuel, so they just decided to stay out one more lap. It was either of the two, but his pit crew did what they had to do, and they got him out in 6. I don't think CJ will come in, but we will see. We never know what these crew chiefs are thinking. And next week, we head to Texas for the round of 8. That should be fun. But we still have to get through this stage and see who advances as CJ stays out. CJ stays out. Gerald Smith stays out. Let's do a rundown of where your playoff drivers are currently. Kyle Storm currently in 10th, having a good run. He's top in points with 18. EVZ in second with 16 points. He is currently 24th. So he really needs to make something happen here. You do not want to rely on the points you have, playoff points you have. Ace Blade in 3rd. He has 15 points. He is sitting very well right now. Ralph Lumley with 12 points in 4th. He is currently 11th. Good run for him. And now is where it gets extremely tight in playoff points. Doug Britton has 8 points, currently in 6th. Rhett Sawyer in 12th, currently has 8 points. Odeon, he is 18th. He has 7 points. Freddie Trammell, currently 21st, has 6 points. Aaron Kozak in 37th, only has 6 points. It's not looking good for Kozak. Amelia Rose in 20th, has 6 points. Andrew Green in 4th. Great run for him today. He has 4 points, so he needs a great finish. He needs to stay in that top 10 to have a chance. And Tyler Commander as well in 5th with 1 point. So who knows what can happen here in this third stage. As you see, these points are extremely tight. A lot of drivers are only separated by a few positions on the field. As we get the 1 to go signal. And these drivers in that front row are on worn tires. That will definitely affect this restart. That is for sure. Tyler Commander still with your fastest lap in this race. Your biggest mover currently is Gerald Smith, up 34 positions. Amelia Rose is currently in 20th position. As we go around turn 5 and we are getting ready to start stage 3. How will this play out? It's important these drivers do not make any mistakes. We saw what a mistake can do. It will be close for CJ and Gerald on fuel. They might be a few laps short, but we will see how this plays out as we go around turn 7 and get ready to restart this race and start stage 3. Pace car comes off the track. Green flag waves and we are underway. And the 26 with a slow start. Gerald Smith in the outside, CJ in the inside. He takes advantage. CJ still in the lead. Ace Blade moves up to second. But Ace Blade has those fresh tires. Andrew Green has fallen all the way back to 11th. He's trying to fight off Doug Britton. Ace, and the caution is out. The caution is out. Let's see what happened. A rare caution at Watkins Glen. And it looks like, let's take a look from the chopper cam. It'll be much easier. The 79 has got very wide on that first turn. The 406, he seems to come to the outside. He looks like he got a little loose and had nowhere to go, and he just taps the 5. And unfortunately, Odeon gets caught up, gets put into the wall. And gets stuck behind the number 5. Let's ride on board the 299, see what happened here. As you see there, 3 wide. Odeon got wide in that turn. 406 gets into the 5, puts the 79 to the wall. Eweezy barely gets through. He lucked out. Man, that was unfortunate. It's unfortunate for the 79. He was having a good run in the playoffs, but that might just do him in, and that might be it for the 79. Brogan got caught up in there, Merrill McGuire, but he's not in the playoffs. The only playoff driver that got caught in there was the 79, and that is unfortunate for Odeon. He made it to the Final Four last season. It just goes to show you how difficult it is to advance rounds. You know, you need to have a consistent car, but you also need to have a little luck, catch some breaks. It's just very difficult to advance from round to round. But now this changes things because CJ is your leader, and because of this caution, he might be able to go the distance now. But he is on very worn tires, so man, can CJ pull off a back-to-back using similar pit strategies? I mean, I wouldn't count that guy out, man. He's definitely has put together some crazy races throughout the seasons. So sometimes that pit strategy can work, and sometimes it can flop. But right now, it's working. As the 5 gets onto pit road, gets out of pit road, back out on the track. That's your top 10 is CJ's your leader, Ace Blade second, Gerald Smith third, Axel Raven fourth, Tyler Commander fifth, Kenny Flores sixth, Ralph Lumley seventh, Lotus Lee in eighth, Stefan Forge ninth, and Travis Arthur rounds out your top 10. And now we see Odeon on pit road. How fast can they get this car back on the track? Can they get them out? Yes, they can get them out before they come back around. So Odeon is 1 lap down. Tough break for the 79. Had a fast car today. But we will see how this third stage plays out. Easy in 26. Still struggling back there. Brett Sawyer in 18th. Kyle Storm lost a ton of positions in 16th. Freddie Trammell. We will see how this plays out. This is going to be very interesting here. And not sure what is going on. Oh, so yeah, the 99 was getting his lap back. That's why everyone was slowing down. So Kozak is 1 lap down. How will this restart play out? We're going to have 13 laps to go when the green flag drops. We've had everything happen here today. Pit strategies. We had some incidents. A rare caution. I mean, this is playoff racing for sure. As Odion catches up to the field. I mean, if we have another caution and Odion gains another position, he'll get his lap back. So that would definitely make things interesting. Never know what could still happen here. It's not over to that checker flag waves as we go around turn 7 and get ready to restart this race. Pace car comes off the track. Green flag comes out and we are underway. Ace Blade on the outside trying to take the lead. He is on those fresher tires. And he gets a little wide. CJ holds on to the lead. Gerald Smith in second. In third is Ace Blade. Fourth is Ralph Lumley, last week's winner, so he is having a good run. In fifth, Tyler Commander. Sixth, Stefan Forge. Seventh is Andrew Green. He gained a few spots back. In eighth, Chris Andrews having a good run. Freddie Trammell moves all the way back up to ninth. And rounding out your top 10 is Ani. There's no incidents so far. And CJ has extended his lead as we have 12 laps to go. As E-Weezy has fallen all the way down to 30th. So his playoffs hopes might be done here as well. As he struggles, he loses another position. Rhett Sawyer in 24th. He is also struggling. He needs to catch a few breaks here. Kyle Storm, another driver. He's going to have to rely on his cushion of points, but that you don't know if that's enough to get through to the round of 8. Doug Britton currently in 18th. Losing or gaining a few positions will determine if you advance to the next round. That's how tight the points are right now. Rhett Sawyer loses another spot to Rooster Rodden. Down to 25th. Weezy gains a spot back to 30th. And CJ in the lead, and he is pulling away from Gerald Smith. He is on these worn tires, and he is wheeling that car as he goes around turn 5. But does he have enough to get to the end? That is the question. That is the big question. Does he have enough to get to the end of the race? As we still have 10 laps to go. He pitted on lap 20. I mean, he caught a break with the caution. He was able to save a little more fuel, but is that enough to get to the end? Gerald Smith still in second. Ace Blade in third. And then we have two DOG drivers in fourth and fifth. And they are in the playoffs, so they're having a great run today. They just need to finish in this top five, and they have a great chance of advancing. Especially Tyler Commander, he needs to have a good finish because he only has one playoff point. Weezy back to 31st. Rhett Sawyer down to 26. Rhett Sawyer's down 23 positions since the start of the race. CJ Slava has a 2-second lead. It's been a wild win at the Glen. It's usually what we get at this track. Just don't know how everything's going to play out. But that unexpected caution really shook things up. Ace Blade trying to find a way to get by the 31. I think if Ace Blade can get by Gerald, he might have a chance of catching CJ because he's on the fresher tires. Ace Blade tries to go to the outside here. Weezy drops to 32nd, so he continues to drop. It's not looking good for Weezy sitting at 32nd, regardless of that cushion. But Ace Blade just wants to get by that 31. He's going to try to find an opening somewhere as we go around turn 6 into turn 7. On the straightaway in turn 1 might be his best chance if he can get enough momentum. As you see the 31 break the draft. And now it looks like he has a chance to make this pass here, but he gets extremely wide here. Now Tyler Commander tries to take advantage and does, moves up to third. Doug Britton moves up to 17th. He's trying to fight off Goddard. As we hit this inner loop. And he stays in 18th. And CJ Slava still leading this race. A 4-second lead. But does he have enough fuel? Six laps to go. CJ is flying in this third stage. Now can Tyler Commander get by the 31? Ace Blade trying to take his position back, but cannot. And he might lose another position. He got loose there. So now Ralph Lumley trying to take advantage. Can he get past Ace Blade? And he does get past him. Moves up to 4th. Ace Blade down to 5th. The racing is tight. 3 through 10. One mistake will cost you a position or two, especially in that first turn. It seems like some drivers are just not hitting that braking zone on time. It causes you to overshoot that turn. But we have 5 laps to go. Kyle Storm drops another position down to 23rd. As he is actually in a battle. And he gets very wide. Moves down to 25th. Doug Britton moves up a position. All these drivers moving up and down will determine who moves on to the next round. It's going to be very close in points. Kyle Storm trying to take a position back. Moves up to 25th. He's fighting another playoff driver, Rhett Sawyer. These guys are fighting for their playoff lives right now. And here comes CJ going around turn 7. And he does not have enough fuel. Is coming into pit. He has run out of fuel, as well as Gerald Smith has run out of fuel. And now Tyler Commander is the leader of the race. As we go around turn 1. And now everyone trying to fight for position. Can Tyler Commander, he only has one playoff point, a win, and he advances to the round of 8. But he has to hold off his teammate, Ralph Lumley. But if this holds, both DOG drivers will advance because Lumley will finish second, has plenty of points. And Commander with the win, he advances. But in third is Ace Blade. He is very dangerous, as well as the 26 of Andrew Green. But time is running out here. As we have 3 laps to go. And the top 5 are separated by less than a second. One mistake is going to cost you positions. As Lumley gets a little wide, but he's able to hold it. Who can put together 3 consistent laps here and not make any mistakes? CJ Slava was 3 laps short on fuel. He stretched it as far as he could. But that strategy that worked yesterday just did not pan out today. Tyler Commander still leading the race. Comes around turn 7. 2 laps to go. You know, Tyler Commander's a driver that's been hanging around. He's shown flashes of being fast last season. And it seems like this season he has just figured it out. And here he is in the lead. All he wants to do is win this race and advance to the round of 8. As the top 2 have pulled away a few car lengths from the 3rd place of Ace Blade. Ace Blade is waiting for a mistake so he can capitalize. As we go around turn 5. Commander goes around turn 6 into turn 7. The white flag waves. Now Commander just needs to have one more great lap. His teammate still in second. Ace Blade in third. Andrew Green fourth. Stefan Forge having a great race in fifth. Tyler Commander just needs to hit this inner loop one more time. As all these cars are just separated by a few car lengths. We go around turn 5. Into turn 6. Tyler Commander looking at his rear view mirror. He goes around turn 7 onto the straightaway. Tyler Commander wins at Watkins Glen and advances to the round of 8. What a run by the 019 Tyler Commander. In second, Ralph Lumley. Third, Ace Blade. Fourth, Andrew Green. Fifth, Stefan Ford. Sixth, Freddie Trammell, playoff driver. Great run. Seventh, Chris Andrews. Eighth, Axel Raven. Ninth, Ani. And rounding out your top 10 is Kenny Flourish. But DOG once again are heading into victory lane. Last week it was Lumley. This week is Commander. And both of these cars will advance. That is for sure. And DOG has turned this program around, and in the playoffs, this team is dangerous. They're only second. This is their second season in. And you could tell that they have put some work, and they've been working on these cars and figuring things out. And they finish 1-2 at the Glen. You know, Tyler Commander's first win ever, and it's in the playoffs, and he's advancing to the round of 8. I mean, it doesn't get much more better than that. Well, we will see now who makes it to the round of 8, because there's a lot of drivers towards the end of this leaderboard. Aaron Kozak 35th, Odeon 33rd, E. Weezy 29th, Kyle Storm 24th, Rhett Sawyer 23rd, Doug Britton 16th. I think Doug is good. We will see. These points are going to be extremely tight. It's going to come down to stage points. But we had a great race today, an exciting race at the Glen. It's always a crazy race at the Glen. You just do not know what's going to happen here. So many scenarios can play out. And, man, it's just tough to advance round to round in these playoffs. So even if you get eliminated, man, you can't be down, man. It's so hard to even just get to this point. It's just a competitive league. We will see what happens next week at Texas, and we'll have 8 drivers trying to make it to the Final 4 and race for the championship at Phoenix. But it's been a great day of racing. Thank you for supporting the stream and supporting the league. I will see you guys next time.